Hey everybody, Pastor Frank coming to you live via a recorded message from my office. I'm here to share with you some announcements this morning. You might have noticed how beautifully the church is decorated. Those are leftover decorations from the great fundraisers that our youth group offered this past Friday night. You'll hear more about that later on in the service, but we've been calling February the month of love around here, so we wanted to keep it up, the decorations. However, some of our balloons didn't really hold their helium very well, and so I had to take some of them down. However, so they don't go wasted, I'm going to put it to good use this morning, making the announcements a little bit easier, more interactive. Give me a second. So I encourage you to pick up the registration tablets that should be on the bottom of your pews. If you're sitting on the end of the pew, you should be able to grab one of those. Pass it down to your neighbor. As you sign in, give us your information. Make sure it gets all the way to the end of the row and then bring it back to the middle. And later on in the service, our ushers will come by and pick it up. So please do that. Also want to remind you that next Sunday is our annual chili cook-off day. So if you've got a great chili recipe and you want to share it with the church, you want to enter the competition, sign up today. So we'll have that chili cook-off next Sunday following 11 o'clock worship. Another thing to lift up is if you've been looking for a leadership roster for this year's church officers, that's outside in the narthex on a table. I think I'm out of helium. Okay. And then the last couple things is I set up a prayer table out there by the front door with a couple of, excuse me, that's funny, a couple opportunities for prayer for over the next couple of weeks. One of them is for the special church conference that's been called for 2 weeks from today, Sunday, February 24th at 12:15. The purpose of that conference will be to decide about acquiring the property across Canyon Creek Drive, the 5.5 acres over there to the north of us. So we're having a prayer walk today several times during the day. So before 8:30 worship, in between the worship hours, and immediately following the 11 o'clock worship. So if you want to grab a green prayer guide, that will be to walk the 5.5 acres as an act of prayer. Now, if it's raining and cold out there, you don't have to do it this morning. You can do it anytime throughout the next 2 weeks, but put that date on your calendar for the church conference. And then the other one, the pink prayer guide, is for the general conference of the church that begins on February 23rd. It goes through Tuesday the 26th. We sent around an electronic sign up for this to sign up for a 30-minute prayer time. If you didn't do that, there's a chart out there where you can sign up for it manually, but grab a pink prayer guide for general conference as well. Again, thanks for being here this morning. I hope that the service is meaningful to you, and it's great to see you all here. Let's worship God together.